All right, good day, everybody. This is Adilola Shokoya. Welcome to this week market analysis for the week. We normally, for some couple of weeks now, what we always do is we have these live classes where we do this I think we do it every Sunday like this, but yeah, it's always a live class. But today, this Sunday I'll be very busy. So I said, let me make a video. Right. So okay, let's go, guys. So I haven't said that. So we'll be looking at the different pairs like we normally do on this channel. But the first thing we like to look at, if you've been a part of this channel, you will understand that we like to check um our what do they call it? Our DXY, which is a dollar index. Always very important. Okay, so right now we saw the dollar bounce off around 103 last week. It's been bouncing off this area for some time. If you put our feed, you know, and we check the whole of this swing structure, that's the whole swing structure from that spot, you will see that we are already inside the 50% Fibonacci retracement. So, which is telling me that it's possible that we'll bounce off from here anyway. But let's check the weekly time frame as well, so that for the after some weeks, we're having a bouncer that is showing that more like our major first of showing us the weekly bullish a bullish candle, pardon me. So it's saying that dollar is looking, strong. We might push up from here. Like I always say on this channel, the dollar is bullish. Any opportunity to see a sell-off over the dollar is just is a retracement. Overall, if you look at the dollar chart on the higher time frame, if you look at the weekly time frame, overall, you see that what we have is a bullish trend for the dollar. All right. So not that there's no, not that we don't have pullbacks, but what you will find out is that most times, for this is since 2012, see that anytime we pull back and then we bounce up from there, we always have a higher high. I say that this high is higher than this one. All right. Then we pull back, and then we bounce off. You see this move. So this high is higher than this high. So we are printing almost something like this. I'm expecting us to have, if we have a major bounce up from here, we might be looking at something that is looking like this. All right. So, but then that's on the technical part. But on the fundamental part, I don't expect the dollar to bounce off like that. I'm still not super bullish on the dollar. I'm still bearish on the dollar because during the FOMC that we had last week and the press report by the president of the Federal Reserve, he states categorically that we are going to have two interest rate cuts this year. All right. So, going forward until I see a major pull off from this particular area price at 107, I'm still a little bit bearish on the dollar. But then don't forget from the chart I just showed you, we are bullish overall, over time. But I still expect the dollar to still pull back a little bit, going forward, probably break this support a little bit toward this area before we see a major, price pushing to the upside, like this, like so. All right. But I haven't said that. Looking at what price is doing right now, I'll be careful trying to sell off the dollar. All right. I'll be very, very careful until I see a break of this support. But for now, the dollar is looking bullish. It might bounce off from here. You know, like I always say on this channel, we don't predict what price will do. We only anticipate what price will do. All right. I haven't said that. Let's look at gold. Let's look at what gold has been printing all-time high after all-time high. I mean, throughout last week we saw gold. In the last couple of weeks, in October 2024, gold broke out. January this year, sorry. Gold broke out from here. We have a breakout from here. This is the first breakout. One. And then now we have another one last week. I mean, we just keep seeing all-time high break after all-time high break. If you've been listening to me, you always hear me say, for gold, I don't like to sell at trying to catch the top of gold. Not even what is going on around the world right now. The economic situation of the world, everybody is rushing to gold. All right, that's why we've been seeing this breakout after breakout and new all-time high after new all-time high. So gold is super bullish. Any pullback for gold is an opportunity for you to buy. I've not been trading gold actively the past 2 years, but if you have been trading gold actively and you want to be looking for pullbacks and buy, that's for gold. All right. So let's look at Bitcoin quickly. Bitcoin, last week bounced off from here. And I think after this break of structure, because, something has broken in Bitcoin. We have for so long, we've been bouncing off we've been doing zigzag around this zone. Then finally, we broke structure to the downside. All right. So for me, if you ask me, technically, Bitcoin seems to have broken structure. We are seeing a very massive, I've been looking at a bearish move. But then last week we have this bounced off. And I've listened to a lot of other analysts of crypto. They've been saying that, we might see a pullback from here for Bitcoin. But for me, if you ask me, I see a break of this high for Bitcoin. All right. But right now, I think this is good for crypto holders, myself inclusive, we've already bounced off from here, as you can see, and then we are pushing back. All right. So I'm going to be changing this area. I'm making this be my support. My new major support this is around 75,000. All right. But if you ask me, the enthusiastic, the energy around the crypto market has been very, very dim because a lot of people have lost money. All right. So people are not as excited as they were at the beginning of this year, or they were not as excited as they were when the new president of the United States was inaugurated into the office. But for me, I'm not, it's not over here for Bitcoin. At least I still expect price to still pull into this zone. Even if you are going to crash, I'm expecting price to create what is known as structural liquidity around this area. All right. That is if you are really truly going to enter the bearish season. I'm expecting price to still create, structural liquidity around this zone before we do this. All right. If we don't have something that looks like this, we might break out from this zone, from the 108,000. All right. With the energy in the crypto market right now, I am doubtful. I'm doubtful that this season or this cycle or this year, we're going to have a major breakout from this zone. I'm really, really doubtful. All right. But if you trade Bitcoin, if you do day trading with Bitcoin, you just want to follow price. All right. Right now, we have a bounce off. If you are trading futures, you want to be buying around this zone because you already see that there's a bounce off around there. And you want to be taking your buy. I won't be selling around this area if I'm trading if I'm doing day trading on Bitcoin. All right, I'll be looking for pullback and then buy around this area. All right. So this zone is our buy zone, this area. If you go to your 4 hour, you see what I'm saying. If you put your feet, right, you see that what we have is around this zone. This is our buy zone according to market structure. So you want to be buying around this. Now, but if you want to sell, I'll be looking for opportunity to sell around this zone. All right. And having my stop loss a little bit above this area. If I want to catch if I'm looking to sell, I mean, when price comes to this area, maybe I have my stop loss like this, a little bit above this zone. All right. All right. So I would say that let's quickly look at some currencies. Let's look at pounds USD. All right. I want us to quickly look at pounds USD. And from there, we'll move on to other currency pairs. And also, if you're in my community, you would have heard me. I've been talking so much about this EA, this robot that a friend of mine, Mr. Folarin, launched that we have been marketing. If you're interested, I'll be dropping the link in this below this video, in the description below. You can click and subscribe. It's a very good EA. As a trader, you want to diversify it, and that's why I trade manually. All right, but I also have accounts that the trades, and it's been doing wonderfully well, if you ask me. All right, so moving on. Let's look at pounds USD. So our pounds USD has been just the way DXY has been doing. We have pounds USD has been pulling back as well. We have this pullback because dollar is bouncing off. That's why we are having this pullback. But if you ask me, I'm still super bullish on pounds. Pounds it. What we have is just a minute. If you look at this weekly pullback, just a minute weekly pullback. All right. So this high, is still I still feel that price is still going to break through this high to the upside. All right. So for now, what we're having for pounds is a pullback. So I'll be waiting for price to bottom properly before I start taking another buy on pounds. All right. But for now, for pounds, I am sitting on my hands for pounds, but I'll be waiting for opportunity to take a buy when I see price bottom properly. That's for pounds. Same thing with Euro USD. Euro USD has been, last week we had this major pullback. We have this major pullback. All right. So, but for with Euro USD, I will also be looking for opportunity to buy because I still feel price, like I said earlier, dollar to me is still weak, and the fact that the Federal Reserve also promised that they might cut interest rate. They said they'll cut it twice this year. So I absolutely believe dollar is not done selling off. So and that's why for Euro USD as well, if I'm selling right now, I'm practically not holding any positions on most currencies. I'm practically out on most positions. So but then if I see a good opportunity, buying opportunity, I might be taking a buy, for Euro USD. So let's check the JPY pairs. The JPY pairs also, if you are in a group, if I'm in my free group, you notice that would be 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, around this, not 3 weeks ago, that's like my early last month, February, I've been posting about buy on pounds JPY, find a group. So when we bottom around there, I've been doing a lot of posts that you should buy JPY. Right now, we are pulling back. We are pulling back right now. Let me take away this trend line. Go to the weekly time frame. You can see that we actually at this pullback. All right. But if you look at the overall trend for JPY, you know that it's bullish. JPY is bullish. Pounds JPY is actually bullish. I've explained it so many times on this channel. It's actually a bullish instrument. So I'm still bullish on it. These are just minor pullback that we're having right now. All right. And if you put your fee, you see that for this swing structure, if you look at this from this area to this area, that's our latest swing structure. That we are actually sitting on the 50% retracement level. All right. So I won't be selling around this area. Two things I will do, and the way I trade is I'll wait for, and like I always say, if you're in my groups, it's about patience. You want to wait. When you wait long enough, the market becomes very clearer. All right. And that's why on Mondays, I actually don't actively trade. I'll wait probably till New York for me to see what price is doing properly. All right. So if you look at this chart that we have right now, we are actually sitting on the 50% retracement that coincide with this support. All right. So a break of this of price on that support. Let me put it there. A break of price on this support. Mhm, will make me I'll be looking for, when price will bottom again before I start buying again. But for me, this is just I'm seeing this as a minor pullback before we push up, before we push for and break this resistance around here. Same thing with the Euro JPY. Same thing. Same thing. I don't want this video to be too long, actually. I don't want it to be too long. But Euro JPY right now is massively selling off. All right, but I'll be careful. I won't be buying right now until I see price, bottom properly. All right, there's a support here around 160. We have another one around 158.7. Right, so those are the two areas I'll be looking. I want to look at what price will do around the support first. If you are going to bounce off or we are going to break to the downside further, to this zone. All right, that is for Euro JPY. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, ensure you do so. And also, if you have not joined our group, any of our channel, our WhatsApp, mm, Telegram, I'll be dropping the link in the description below. You can join us. All right, I'll be seeing you guys during the week. Have a beautiful trading week. Thank you.